Donnarumma, 88 rated. He is the new inform for this week. He's going to be in everybody's packs over Team of the Year, as naturally we've got the first week in there. We more than likely will see a few packs opened, seeing as though it is going to be the attackers, midfielders, and I can imagine some of the defenders by next Wednesday. He's currently coming in at about 50 to 60,000 coins. He naturally always is a pretty decent goalkeeper in the game. Once he normally got into Team of the Year, that was kind of my goalkeeper. And naturally, the Team of the Year goalkeeper tends to be a lot of people's choices. But is this Donnarumma worth going for before you manage to get your hands on the Team of the Year? We've got the 91 diving, 84 handling, 80 kicking, 90 reflex, 53 speed, and 85 positioning. Unfortunately, there is still no playstyle plus on a goalkeeper. Whether we see that during Team of the Year or if they're going to overlook it again, it will be interesting. We have got the cross claimer, rush out keeper. So again, decent enough. I'm not too fussed about the far throw. Footwork, again, is a nice one, but it's not necessarily number one. For me, cross claimer is the number one important playstyle, and then rush out is a decent second. So in terms of the goalkeeper, we will go over the basics and have a look at what his differences are in comparison to some of the top keepers that I personally play with on a daily basis. So let's jump into him and see what this 6'5" Italian can do between the sticks. Now, the problem you have with goalkeepers is it tends to be that most people just pass around them anyway. So naturally, you're not going to save everything. And I'm never expecting a goalkeeper to do that, purely on the basis that if they are going to just take it round you, there is no goalkeeper on this earth that will get that ball. Damn. Okay, Pele and Eto'o. Let's see how he fares up here. The first match, no shots. Oh, this is where we need him. Goalkeeper movement. Lovely. Seconds. Oh my god, nearly. Okay, we got rid of it. Not bad. Good save. I felt like he was going to go across. He could have easily gone near post there. So it was a very, very lucky work that he's decided to go into the normal side there. Oh, and again, straight on that attack. He's going to look for the shot. Good save again. Okay, 6'5" as well. So I think Courtois 6'6", I want to say. Bring him out a little bit. Should be an easy catch. What's the kicking saying? We said 80, didn't we? So let's go for a throw. Okay, that's decent enough. I've kind of seen what I need to see there. I don't think kicking was his strongest point from what I remember. It's a great turnaround. Can we go with a double ball roll? No. Nesta. Has Nesta got an upgraded version, or is that just normal Nesta? Oh, it's beautiful the other end. Lloris, sit down. Donnarumma's in town. Oh, no, not Pele. Oh, it's a good tackle. Donnarumma seems like he's had absolutely nothing to do at this point. Oh, no, we're going caught. Donnarumma. Oh, get it. So we go. Slide tackle plus Maldini. Very, very long. I hesitated with that button. I felt like he could have got it, but he didn't quite come out enough. And then I let go of Y. Otherwise, I feel like he could have got that. And that's why I like... I know that's more manual than anything. Get that save. There's no... Why is he not catching anything? That's like 3-4 pushes now. I'm expecting a catch there, really. Get the save. Okay, defending nice. Oh, that's an attack. Surely got to watch what I can do. Salah's going to try and cut in. It's not a problem. This is why Donnarumma keepers in general, they are important, but predominantly... Wow. They are kind of your last line, and really, once they've got past there, I'm expecting a goal. If they've got past all the defenders, the keeper will only do so much, and naturally, you won't kind of like that. That's a great ball. If I manage to tuck it in there, realistically, there is a goal opportunity. It's not going to be anything that he's going to be able to do with a goalkeeper. Maybe we could move him. That is always going to be a shout, but it's a risky game, as if I, for instance... don't go near post. So say I go here and I say I go looking like I'm going for the right hand side. If you move that side, if I go left, there is literally nothing you can do. You've already basically sealed the fate. Okay, he's going to try and pass one. There it is. Pass again. Donnarumma, I'm not going to move him. Good. Is it me? Is it me, or should he be saving that? Rather than kind of parrying it, it should be saved. I don't know what's going on there. It feels like everything's being parried, but I don't know if I'm just picking up on it. Oh, let him go. Donnarumma's out a little bit. Wait for the parry. Good save. That is better. That's kind of what I'm expecting from a goalkeeper. It's a very, very high chance that he see that. We spoke too soon. There's a very high chance that he saves something like that. It's not tucked into the corner. He's not in the great angle. But he does manage to get it, and sometimes they don't. And I've seen Van der Sar not make them saves. I've seen Courtois, and then I've seen someone like a Martinez or an Onana actually make the save. It is just that chance, really, with it. If you took it in the right corner, if you get the angles down, that is fair enough. When it comes to, he's going to go across goal. And I've managed to make a switch in literally 2 minutes, and that was the problem. I've moved him to the right thinking he's easily going for Odegaard's stronger foot, going to put it into the corner. He's gone the opposite way, and that's my fault. That's more manual rather than goalkeeper there. But even for the corner, that's just natural. You will find a lot of bullet headers going in. I've seen far too many in my time naturally just going in because that is kind of what it is. And there we go. And there we go. Keeper has no chance there. He's not going to save it. He's brought the defender in the middle of him, and he's just sealed his own fate with that one. You got to love it when you're right, to be honest. Brought out the keeper too much. Sometimes when teethering the keeper, you've got to be either committed or not, because the moment you stop, we saw with the first one, I was very, very lucky Maldini has that slide pluses. Nobody else was getting there. What's he going to do? He's going to move across. He's going to look for the pass. Solid save from Donnarumma there. Again, angles that can go in, but likely aren't. Can we get rid of that? Nice. Oh no, not again. He's just going for any shot. This is probably the perfect person to review goalkeepers with, because he's actually just shooting off the cuff. Good save from Donnarumma, because naturally what you find is a lot of people, like my goals to be fair, you're almost pushing it into the net. You're not necessarily going for the absolutely outrageous outside the box goals. Sometimes if you've got the finesse plus, that obviously will work considerably. But it's stuff like this where you kind of go in, you'll pass again and you'll pass again. This guy's just going for outside the box, get the shot and hope for the hit. That's pretty much his kind of tactic. Whereas this, it's like ball roll around the keeper. There you go. That's a constant goal, whereas he is literally shooting from the edge of the box, no matter having the space in between as well. But then if we look at Donnarumma then, so he's coming in at 59.5. He's obviously got a lot to drop, and naturally 88 rated keeper is going to keep some price. When we look at the team of the weeks over the past couple of weeks, they haven't really been outstanding, to be honest. Normally you've got one player that is a semi-decent rating. Like this week's probably actually Donnarumma. Palacios has obviously got his featured. Giroud's got a new one, which I suppose is okay. Last week we had Martinez at 89. You had De Jong, obviously 88 as well. And realistically, and Teo. Of course, Teo was kind of the bigger star there. So in terms of Donnarumma, he kind of features this week. I think is he the most expensive? He is the most expensive by 10,000 coins, give or take, from DeMarco. And in terms of him kind of going forward, we know full well he's not going to be in the team of the year. I believe ter Stegen or Alisson are the two votes. And naturally, when it comes to goalkeepers in this position, in fact, if I go to him again, we'll compare against some of the kind of players that we've got. So if we compare over here, this is always a great way to have a look. To be honest, when it comes to keepers, from my experience, there isn't really much correlation, which is the most frustrating thing, because you cannot really put a stat down to it. You can't say speed, you can't say positioning. Sometimes you kind of just go with height. That tends to be quite a good one. If we were going to Stegen as well, I'm kind of keeping them away from icon keepers, as naturally that's always the big comparison. And then if we go Alisson as well, as I do like Alisson, I think he's definitely in for a shout. When we look at the four of them, why on earth it's such a small window? What are we actually doing here? So in terms of looking at the dive-in, Donnarumma is definitely on the shout there. We've got Handelin at 89 for Courtois, 87, 85. Donnarumma's technically the lowest. Kicking, I'm not too fussed about. That is naturally just a stat if you like to kick the ball. I'm personally like throwing, drop it down to his feet, pass the ball out. That's going to work for me. Reflex, it seems like everybody's up there. 89, 90, 93, 92. That's a pretty good stat throughout. Speed, I used to think was a massive one. That's why I used to think that the Team of the Year keeper was just hands and shoulders above the hands and shoulders. head and shoulders above the rest because he has like 70, 80 speed. I thought that's what makes him better, but realistically, it's just the fact that he's normally like 96, 97. And then positioning 85, 90, 87, and we've got 90 on Alisson. So realistically, 2 stats in handling and positioning is the lowest, but then diving and reflex, he's top or joint with them. When it comes to general info of them, we've got 6'5", 6'6", 6'2", and 6'4". So realistically, that kind of goes in order. I'd normally like Courtois as my number 1. Then Donnarumma was definitely up there with him. And then Alisson is kind of more rating and prem, but naturally he normally gets a team of the year. Ederson normally gets it. Donnarumma's had it. I don't know whether Courtois even had it before. He definitely has, hasn't he? There's no way that he... Oh, he had it last year. Honestly, it's too early. It's too early. But Donnarumma naturally is always been a decent keeper throughout the generations. We've saw Team of the Year, I think the year before that then. We've seen Team of the Seasons, the 99s. We've seen many informs as he has come up. So he is in that category of a very good goalkeeper. And the fact that he's a higher rated now, even better. If he's in your team already, then that is going to be absolutely perfect. I think he's a solid keeper. There isn't, like I say, too much to go off in terms of what we can expect him to do in comparison to everybody else, as naturally it is down to your preference. I think you could have Donnarumma, Alisson, Dudek, Ederson, Courtois, Schmeichel, Cech, Casillas, Van der Sar, Yashin, and all of them would give you a certain aspect of a goalkeeper in terms of how well they'll perform. There isn't really this cutthroat, yes, he's the only goalkeeper you need. Everybody has preferences, and to be honest, it's whoever you get untradeable first.